There are many ways a heart can be broken. Some are shattered by lies, some are preceded by betrayal, some are scared by words that cut too deep. But there is one kind of heartbreak, quieter, colder, and far more painful than the rest. It is the heartbreak of silence. Words can wound, yes, they can slice like sharp blades, but silence kills slowly. It is an invisible storm. It has no thunder, no lightning, yet it shakes every corner of the heart. It is absence disguised as presence, rejection disguised as distance, punishment disguised as peace. I was broken by your silence, not by shouting, not by anger, not by betrayal, but by the cruel stillness that fell between us. Silence is not always peaceful between two people who claim to love. It can be crueler than the hardship word. It is not just the absence of sound, it is the absence of care, the absence of effort, the absence of love's gentle voice. When you choose silence, you did not simply refuse to speak. You refused to explain. You refused to comfort. You refused to reach out. And in that emptiness, my heart drowned. Your silence became louder than 1,000 arguments. It screamed at me that something was wrong. It screamed at me that something had ended. It screamed at me that my love was no longer being received, and yet I had no answer, only questions. Questions that ate me alive. Silence leaves a person with nothing but questions. Did I do something wrong? Why won't you talk to me? Do you still care? Am I no longer important? And when those questions remain unanswered, they echo endlessly inside the chest. They grow heavier with time until the soul feels crushed beneath them. That that is the cruelty of silence. It forces the other person to create their own painful answer. Do you know the worst kind of loneliness? It is not being alone. It is not sitting in an empty room. It is not walking down a lonely street. No, the worst loneliness is being with someone you love and still feeling utterly alone. It was beside you, yet I felt miles away. I held on you, yet I felt I was holding air. I spoke to you, yet my words fell in a, into a void. Your silence built a wall between us, and I was felt outside, knocking, begging, crying, but no door ever opened. That loneliness broke me. Silence can be used as a weapon sharper than any sword. When someone withdraws their voice, their affection, their response, it becomes punishment. It says, you are not worth my time. You are not worth my effort. You are not worth my truth. And that, my friends, is a wound deeper than any insult, because insults hurt the ear, but silence hurts the soul. Trust is built on communication, on honesty, on on openness, on words that connect to hearts. But silence destroys that trust. When you stopped speaking, I stopped believing. I doubted myself. I doubted you. I doubted us. Silence created distance. Distance created doubt. Doubt created heartbreak. And in that spiral, I was broken. Perhaps the hardest part of being broken by silence is the waiting, the endless waiting for words that never arrive, waiting for an explanation, for a sorry, for a reassurance, waiting for something, anything. But when none came, I realized the truth. Your silence was not temporary, it was a choice to let me suffer in confusion, a choice to walk away without footsteps, a choice to leave me with only echoes instead of culture. And yet, in this breaking, I learned lessons I will never forget. Silence is not always golden. In love, silence can be poison, communication in life without words, even the strongest bond dies. Absence can speak louder than presence. Quit neglect is still neglect. My worth is not measured by your voice. Even if you are silent, I will not silence myself. Yes, I was broken by your silence, but I will not remain broken forever. I will learn to speak my truth. Even if you never answer, I will learn to love myself. Even if you withhold your love, I will learn to stand strong, even in the quiet, because your silence showed me your choice, but my choice will show me mine. Silence, I know, understand, can heal or it can destroy. Use it wisely, do not punish with it, do not kill with it. Speak when your loved ones need your voice. Communicate even if your words are imperfect, because hearts do not break from flaws, they break from neglect. And to the one who kept silence, know this: you may never hear my voice again, but I will always remember the pain you caused, not with anger, not with hatred, but with the quiet truth. I was broken by your silence. Silence is like shouting into a canyon and never hearing an echo. It is like pouring your soul into a letter and never receiving a reply. It is like standing at a door that will never open. Your silence was not empty, it was heavy. It pressed down on me until I could hardly breathe. It wrapped itself around me like a cloak I could not escape. But hear me now, for I am speaking and I will not stop. I was broken, yes, but brokenness is not the end. From broken pieces, new mosaics can be made. From silent endings, new voices can rise. I will rise, I will speak, I will love again. Silence will not define me. Your silence will not silence me. I was broken by it, but I will not lie broken forever. Subscribe my channel.